First, before I talk about that, I'd like to resound what the two other panelists have spoken about, just to offend the issue that is poverty. Mm-hmm. He went to the streets because it was a choice. You know, there were other things that were better than home could provide.
Yeah, that's it.
As I respond to that, I would like to tell you that I was born in Makongeni. Things are something maybe most of us may not be knowing.
Yeah.
Born in Makongeni, known as Okongo. Na nimechemba sana mimi. This custard iron for manholes, we will remove that from the whole estate and go and sell. 6 shillings those days, and I was growing up in 80s, was a lot of money. So what am I saying? That the pull factors concerned with how easy you can access income is a major factor. Not because at home there's no money, but we could have restrictions that your parents can't give you what you need. And so you'll go out there. So number one, it is not poverty. There are a number of other reasons. Reason number two is, what kind of families do we come from as a society? If you are born in a family where your father and mother don't actually care what you are doing and where you are, then that's already a problem. Because then that child lacks the basics, the fundamentals of growing up, the fundamentals of development, the milestones a child must achieve because of having both parents are actually missed. The other aspect is that we have a very cruel society today. I'm not so sure if the days where a child belonged to the society and you could be punished by your neighbor, you know, by a brother to your father, those days are gone. And so we have this society that instead of taking care of children, it actually exploits children. And earlier I was giving you a story that we have seen parents who send children to go and sell wares on the streets, irrespective of whether they are safe or not. And this came to a reality for me because one time we bought peanuts, groundnuts for a whole basin just to save a young girl to go back home at about 6:30.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes later, the young girl came back with another basin full of peanuts. The mother said, "That's a good client. Please go take more."
Please go get more.
Go get more. And so then we realized that this is actually a business. And so we interrogated the child and said, my mom is out there. And so this is a child, a girl child, and I'm not saying that boy children are not at risk, but this is a girl child dealing with some people who are high on some tusker.
Yeah.
And who see beauty differently.
Yeah.
And so you don't know what can happen to such a child. The likelihood that that young girl will become a commercial sex worker,
very high.
Very high. The fact that they could be exploited while still underage, extremely high. So that's another aspect. The other aspect is we have a lot of human trafficking today for business, where children are trafficked to go and earn money for some scrupulous business people who want to earn money. If you are in town, I think at some point you will realize that we have beggars who are dropped in certain places.
Yeah, very early in the morning.
Very early in the morning.
Yeah.
And they are picked later in the evening or in the night. And children are part of this problem. The other aspect for me is systemic. Systemic in the context that we have opportunities that are not aligned to the needs of all people in this country.
Yeah.
If you looked at a child in Turkana and a child in Nairobi, they're supposed to do the same exam. A child in Turkana doesn't have lights, doesn't know electricity, doesn't have water, but you expect that they will do the same Kenya National Examination Council exam. So we have the disparities in terms of the systems that we have, the opportunities, the facilities. How responsive are they? The likelihood that a child who comes from a poor family, and maybe that's why poverty, people rank poverty as a part of the problem, the likelihood that that child will not successfully finish education is extremely high. And therefore, it's likely that that child can end up on the streets. So the systems that we have, how many, for example, Moke will tell you, I'm not so sure if he will go to hospital in that state and he'll be attended to.
No.
They will not attend to you. The first person who chases you is the watchman who says, get out, this is not your place. But you're sick.
Yeah.
So that's system. The other aspect is attitude. And here they've said, one of the things that Undugu and many others have done is that if you find a street person, don't give them money. Because when you give them money, you open them to opportunities to access drugs and to access many other things.
That's true.
They want food, buy them food, have a conversation with them, try to understand why they are where they are, and see if there's anything you can do much more. Why am I saying that? Is because we have a public that has an attitude. Today, I am sure if you're driving, for example, and you see somebody begging, you are likely to lift up your mirror, your window, so they don't listen to any conversation. The other bad part is that even people who have helped, and I will give you this story so that you can go to the next question, are sometimes found themselves in situations where they are conned. One day I was coming from, I used to work with the Jesuits in Kilimani, so I was driving to Lavington, through Loitoktok Road, and I see this lady with some 3 kids who are in tattered clothes at 11 p.m. That's at night.
That's at night, yeah.
She's walking, and there's a lady trying to help, asking her, where are you going now? And she says, you know, I've been beaten. My husband has just chased me from their home. And you can actually see, if you look at the children, you can see they left in a rush.
Yeah.
And so we start helping. You say, so how do you want us to help you? You say, I want transport to go to my shags, which is in Migori. It is 11 p.m. So I say, yeah, that's easy. So 1,000 here, 1,000 there. And then I said, no, I think it's late. Why don't I drop you?
Yeah, let me take you to the bus stop. Yeah.
The bus stop. But because you have children and I don't trust you, maybe you take one kid and put in this car so that you are cautious about your child in that other car, so you can't harm me.
That's it.
And she says, no. But if you have to take me, you must take me to Machakos. It is 11 p.m.
It's 11. I can't take you to Machakos.
I can't take you to Machakos. And if you're going to Migori, I can take you to Easy Coach, where there's a place you can sit.
Yeah, give you bus fare.
Yeah. And she's refused completely. She said, come in, this is stuck. Then 5 minutes later, another vehicle arrives, and somebody asks, Mama, hujafika Homa Bay? Tangu ile siku tuwe na State House Road. So this one lady has now spoiled for other people who have genuine problems, who have been actually assisted. So I think for me, the problem is bigger than an organization. And that's why when I began speaking, I said, it requires socio, economical, policy, and political solutions. These people must just sit down and say, we have a problem. But we must agree that the development context we have followed has actually produced the street families that we have today.
Ukweli.
Thanks.
Peter, kabla tufike kwa hiyo level, Charles, I'm going to come back to you on exactly